Hey guys, how the frig's it going today? I do have the microphone on, right? Yeah, okay. Otherwise I would have sucked. Anyway, today guys was going to be the day that we're going to prep the car. But as you see behind me, there's still a lot of stuff in the garage. So we got to do some moving around and get things organized. Fun times. But something really exciting did occur. This is pretty sweet. So the other day, I was chatting with an old friend of mine on YouTube. You probably know him as Daddy Tech. And I mentioned how I'm going to be spraying the Trans Am, basically putting a new paint job on it, doing it all the work myself. Now I do have auto body experience. I work with my buddy Pierre, who worked for Modern Auto Body and a few other collision centers around town and outside of town, doing some prep work with them. So I know how to do the prep work, but I've never actually sprayed before in my life because that's what he did. I just helped him with the masking, the sanding, the bondoing, the basically getting the car ready before he drops the primer, lays down the paint. We even did some on one car. We had to, like mine, the hood was in such piss poor condition and the roof was in piss poor condition. We used chemical stripper to remove the paint. And that was pretty sweet. I've never done that before, and he showed me the do's and don'ts, and it worked pretty damn well. So as far as the prepping goes, I pretty much got that down to a science. I know how to do that, so that should be pretty easy. I've never painted in my life. Now, I bought myself a high volume, low pressure gun. You guys remember this? And this is what I was going to paint my car with, as well as the compressor, my 20-gallon compressor over there, until this happened. So I was online chatting with my friend Daddy Tech, and we got talking about stuff, and I mentioned, oh yeah, I'm going to be respraying the Trans Am. I got an HVLP gun. We're going to friggin' have at her. And he comes back and says to me, he's like, man, you should get yourself a turbine system. And I'm like, what the heck's a turbine system? Like, what are you going on about? So he sends me to this site called Easton. Easton? So he sends me to this site called Eastwood. They make a system called the Ehrlichs. He's like, this is what you need. And it's literally like a compressor the size of my little 2-gallon that has a hose coming off it that plugs into an HVLP gun, and you use that to spray your surface. And I was like, holy crap, that is freaking cool. But then I saw the price tag, and it was like $1,300 USD, and I was like, Jesus Murphy, that's going to be like $2,000 Canadian more than likely. So I was like, yeah, man, that's a little bit too much. Which comes up to another topic where a lot of people were saying, well, not a lot of people, there was a couple comments where people were like, you should prep the car and then bring it to a professional and have it sprayed. Probably cost you $500. Now I did consider doing that until I called around and got some quotes. If I were to prep the car, bring it to a body shop to get it sprayed, I was quoted anywhere from $1,300 to $2,300 to get the car professionally sprayed. The car's black book value is $750. The average price of these things on Kijiji in its current state is anywhere from $1,000 to $2,000. I don't see putting an expensive paint job into the car a worthwhile investment. Rather do it myself and just drive it, right? It's an old car. It's not a fast car. Not a race car. It's just a fun car. It's like people who own Miatas. You know your car is sluggish as all balls. It ain't a quick car. But you love the damn thing because it's a fun little hot rod to bomb around in. That's where the Trans Am comes into play. This is the reason why I want to do it on my own. This is the reason why I bought the spray gun. This is the reason why I asked for a compressor for Christmas a couple of years ago. It's because I had full intentions on rebuilding my car myself. Or respraying it anyway. So there's no value in having it done professionally at that cost. Anyway, back on topic. So he shows me the system, then he comes back and he sends me a link. Daddy Tech's like, check this one out. This would be perfect for what you want to do. It's a great system. So he sends me this Ehrlichs HV5500 kit, which is literally a turbine, a hose that plugs into an HVLP gun, and an HVLP gun, plus instruction manuals and all this stuff. And it was on the fairly cheap side. And I'm like, well, this is pretty sweet. And he's like, oh yeah, you should check out the videos on it. So I jump on the internet and I start watching videos on it, and there's people shooting like lacquers and stainers and all sorts of stuff, but they're only working on woodworking. Like they're only spraying like their deck or doing their painting in their house, painting walls, painting their garage doors, which, mind you, using an HVLP gun to paint that garage door would have been so much better, because I used the brush and it was a pain in the ass to get into all the nooks and crannies, because as you know, my garage door is kind of checker patterned, right? It's got inserts. So it wasn't exactly the funnest time painting that thing with a brush. I decide, you know what can it hurt? I reach out to them. I contact their contact center through the website. Say, hi, my name is Adam. I run a YouTube channel called Vloggin' Life. And I basically vlog everything I do in my life and put it up on the internet. And recently I've decided to tackle a project called Project Dirty Bird, which is redoing the paint on my Pontiac Trans Am, 1988 Pontiac Trans Am. I told them my plan was originally to use a 20-gallon compressor and an HVLP gun from Canadian Tire Mastercraft. And then I told them flat out, I said, however, I came across a product on your site that would probably be more ideal. However, I've never seen it used for this kind of application. Do you think it would suffice? And they replied back and said, yes, this type of device is great for spraying, and they still have like lacquers, enamels, oil-based, water-based paints. No problem. They said as long as you thin it to the proper consistency, it'll have no problems putting it out of the gun and onto the material. I was like, all right, sweet. I said, would you like to do a little deal here? You know, you give me a deal on one of these puppies, and I'll show it to you out. I'll show it to you out in the whole project video. I'll let people know that this came from Eastwood, and it's the Earl X whatever. And all they said was, this sounds great. Do you have a mailing address? We'll get our PR guys involved. Sweetness. Well, guys, after 3 weeks, it showed up. The Earl X spray station, the HV 5500, fine finish projects, interior projects, exterior projects. It has a 1 quart container, 13-foot hose. Let's pop into this puppy and see what we got. Alright guys, let's crack into it. Stop, alright. It's a knee, whatever. So we got a handle thingy. That's something. Operation manual, viscosity cup, and a DVD to explain how to use it. If you can make it, you can spray it. Cool. We'll put this aside. We have some screws, probably to mount that handle on. And we'll just take this unit out. This is the compressor. So that's pretty sweet. And I'm assuming this is the HVLP gun. Get that box out of the way. And I figure we'll crack into this with the camera high. Alright, so in here, got your instruction manual. Gonna need that. And you got your pretty nice friggin' HVLP. So that's where your air inlet hose hooks up. Paint obviously goes in here. Now, unlike a traditional HVLP gun, you'll probably notice, and I've done research on this, which is why I know this, you'll notice that there's no adjustment down here for your pressure regulator. There's no adjustment on the back for your fan width. All there is your material screw. That's it. This here moves the needle in and out to choose how much material. Now, in this position here, she'll fire a spray out like that, like a fan, or horizontal fan. You push it in, turn it like that, fires a straight cone, push it in, and turn it like that, and then it fires a up and down spray, a vertical spray, so you can go across. Well, you shouldn't turn your wrist, so you can go across. So that's pretty sweet. And you just release it with I'll show you here. This here piece right here. Just pop that over. Releases your tub. Fill that with paint, reducer, all that fun stuff. Got a metal pickup straw here that you can turn. I thought you could turn it. Okay, you can't turn it. That's fine. Not a big deal. And then you get spraying. And it comes with a cleaning kit to basically clean it all up when you're done using it. So you can clean out your jets and clean out all your stuff. Pretty sweet. Alright guys, got her all hooked up. I'll show you back here. There she is right over there. So what we're going to do is Set this here. Angle this here at the dirty floor. I already shot some some water. It's water, guys. It's just water on the floor here. So let me turn this thing on. Now, as you can hear, there's wind coming out of it, but when you pull the trigger, you get a nice spray pattern. Not too bad. To be fair, I didn't put too much water in it. I'm gonna go fill it back up. So, judging by the big wet spot on the floor, I'm assuming I got my pattern, or my material gained too high. So we're gonna want to tame that down. Also, the fact that the viscosity is that of water, because, well, I am spraying water, just for testing purposes. Okay. Now, unlike a quality HVLP gun, you probably noticed air is always coming out of the tip on that one there. Not sure what that's going to do. I'm going to have to be a little bit more careful when spraying down material, but I don't know if you watched my technique there. That's called the 50% overlap. That's something Pierre told me to do so that you don't get tiger striping. Like when he was spraying, I never got the spray, mind you, so I didn't get any practice with it. But he told me, whatever you do, always go, he's like, when you're taking an auto body class, they tell you to go 70% over your previous line. He said 50% is the absolute minimum. He goes, if you don't, and he sees this with rattle can jobs, people will lay down a line and they'll go too far over and lay down a line, and it leaves a gap of dry, and it causes like a tiger stripe on your final product. This is an issue with spray bomb. This has a nice wide fan pattern. You can apparently buy different needles to reduce or increase the fan pattern. This, I think, will be fine for laying down paint. Now let's talk about... So I went and priced out some paint. I was looking at Duplicolors Champion White. Nice paint. But it's $50 a liter. It's probably going to take me, I'm thinking, easy 4 to 6 cans. $300 with the paint. It's like, damn, that's expensive. Then I got on YouTube. Started coming across Rust-Oleum paint jobs. I can already see you guys turning and just, no, Adam, don't do it. Rust-Oleum paint jobs look like shit. Okay, guys, this is my Ford Focus painted in Rust-Oleum, okay? I did that all with rattle can. It was rotten. I did the body work. I did it all with rattle cans. Like, this is my first time spraying something and actually using not a rattle can. This is my first time using a gun to spray. So this Ford Focus was done with rattle cans because it was so rotten and rusted. I cleared it all up. And the reason why the hood is black in the middle is because I thought it would look more Too Fast, Too Furious to go with the whale tail on the back and the spinner hubcaps on the wheels. That's right. It had spinner hubcaps. I was that guy. I'm thinking I'm going to go with a full gloss trim clad. And that's where my little sander polisher is going to come in. Because with the gloss trim clad, you can actually buff that stuff and get a mirror finish. And I know this personally because I've done it. And it looks freaking awesome. So I'm going to go with the white gloss as my finish. We're going to use probably just paint thinner to thin it out. I think we can use acetone if we can. We might, well, depending on the temperature. Because if it's as hot as it is, I can't paint today because it's over 90 degrees. They say never to paint when it's below 60 or above 90 Fahrenheit. So that's like your sweet spot. And today it is way too freaking hot to consider laying down any material. So we'll save that there for another day. But I thought I would show you guys what was sent for the project. I think this is going to make the job a lot funner, a lot easier, and a lot cooler. And then I can get this garage door sprayed. Now a lot of people were saying spray it black, but holy crap, is that ever going to make the interior of this garage a lot hotter when that door is getting melted from the outside by old yellow out there. I'm thinking I might spray it white. Because honestly,
the white garage door would match the white trim going around the roof. And on the sides, yes guys, that's weeds. But it would match the trim. It would deflect the heat, so the garage door wouldn't bake and therefore radiate heat into the garage. Fine in the winter, garbage in the summer. And I'm usually always out here in the summer anyway. I'm going to use the, well, I got to get around to getting these weeds out of here because this is ridiculous. Once I get this car into the garage, then I'm going to deal with this area. But I'm going to spray this wood here, this wood here, this wood here. And I should look at buying another one of these things, these rubbers that go on the bottom of your garage. Because as you can see, it's pretty much failed me over there, and that's probably why we're getting a lot of flooding in the winter. But that's going to be the battle plan there. Just to do that there after the car gets sprayed. Oh, and as for insurance, guys,
I forgot to talk about insurance. Are you guys ready for this? So I call up the company that I had the car on before. They used to be called Silver Wheel. Silver Wheel is no longer a thing. Silver Wheel was bought out by another company called Haggerty. So I call them up and they're like, oh, by all means, they were a little bit backed up. They're people on summer vacation and that. And they said, but you can easily subscribe online, submit a quote, and we'll process it for you in due time. I was like, okay. So I made an account on their website, jumped on board, and did a quote for the Trans Am. 1988 Trans Am, 305 throttle body injected, blah, blah, blah. Stock car doesn't have any modifications. Transmission's been rebuilt, that's about it. The exhaust system on it is aftermarket because good luck finding a friggin' stock muffler for that thing. They don't make them anymore, so you got no choice but to go aftermarket. But it's not really a performance increase. It's not like I modified it and put a 383 stroker under the hood and, you know, just boomed her right out with a supercharger. It's just a car. $252 for the year to insure that car. And here's the click. You know, on classic car insurance, it basically becomes Trailer Queen. You can only drive it to go to car shows or cars and coffee or to the Dairy Queen to have an ice cream social with the other car buddies. With Haggerty, they believe cars are meant to be driven. I can theoretically drive this car daily to work and they wouldn't care. As long as I have an actual daily driver insured with another company, which I do, the FISO, which you're not going to see. Yeah, there she is. I'm okay. It's going to cost me pretty much $20 a month to insure that. Now, what sucks is obviously come winter time, I can't drive it. This is the other reason why we're doing Project Clean Up the Garage, is because once the car is all painted and looking good and I'm happy with it, I don't want to leave it outside for the snow to attack it. I don't want that. I want it to come inside and snooze in here. And then spring, when the snow's all gone and the weather clears up, bust the bay doors open and out she goes. Now, I'm hoping, like, it's not a long car. It's a lot shorter than the truck, that's for sure. Last time I had it in here, I didn't pull it all the way to the front. I literally had the car to where the bench is right now, where this bench ends. And the taillights were pretty much where the barbecue, just past the barbecue leg. So the close barbecue leg, not the far ones. Like, it's not a long car. And
it worked out fine. It was okay. It was feasible. We were able to work with it. So I'm thinking all in all, in the winter, we can tuck it in here. Now what I would do in the winter, obviously, is try and get the damn thing as close as possible to these cabinets here without actually hitting them, and we'll be good. We'll be good. So, something else I was thinking about doing. I mentioned I was going to try and repair the spoiler. Well, I watched a video online of a guy who removed his spoiler and found out all this, I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but all this runaway rust, that's the mounting hardware on the spoiler. That's literally rotting out. From what I gather, once you take these spoilers off the car, there is no getting them back on. They're basically shot. So what I might do is ditch the spoiler. We're just going to scrap it. It's a 50-pound rubber wing. I kid you not, the guys, it's literally Nerf made that. One of the other dumbest things GM ever came up with. A rubber wing. Now, if I could find an old 1982, 1985 Pontiac Firebird spoiler, the deck wing that looks like the one from Knight Rider, I'll totally pick that up, put that on the car. But if I can't, then so be it, and we won't bother. We'll just run with nothing. We'll run no spoiler. It's not like the spoiler offers any sort of aerodynamics to the car. It gives it a little bit of a more aggressive look. But that's about it, and I could care less about that. So I'm going to keep the third brake light for obvious reasons. Like, it's coming off the car, but I'm going to stow it away. Because if I ever do find a deal on a fiberglass one, I'll probably scoop that up and put that on the car. I don't plan on going fast and furious and putting some crazy aftermarket whale tail on it. Unless I can find the one for the 1992 IROC. Then I may go that route, because that spoiler was pretty badass and that would look pretty good on that car. It'd make it look like a Dodge Super Bee if anything. So anyway, thought I would show you the new spray station we got for Project Dirty Bird. Let me know what you think. I think it's going to do the job perfectly awesomely, and it's going to be a fun time. So my next step is I don't know if you've noticed, but the kitchen table's not back here anymore. And 2 sets of chairs have been removed. Those 2 chairs are coming in the house as well, because I'm clearing up down here, making some room, because I need to fire Chippy down there, get this cinder block out of here, clean up this whole area over yonder, make room for the barbecue. Because either tomorrow or Sunday, the Firebird's coming in here, and all this stuff up here, lawnmower, PC Colette, that chair, this chair, all has to be out of my hair, has to be down here. Got to get it out of the way, because we got things to do. Luckily, with that door, if I want to ride my bike, all I got to do is take it out. Actually went for a bike ride yesterday? Monday? No, when did I go? Tuesday. Tuesday I went for a bike ride. Monday was a holiday. Tuesday, got off work, came home, didn't feel like doing anything. I ended up jumping on the bike and going for a rip. It was a good time. Went down the street, went down to the water, found the cove. That was awesome. Finally found the cove. So was out for about maybe an hour. Had a blast. It's good times. Frig, I love this bike. But anyway, people, just thought I'd let you know what I'm up to. Let you know why we're not getting started on prep, and let you know my plans. We're using Tremclad, full gloss, not semi-gloss. And I know how to polish that shit to make it look good. So, right on. Anyway, people, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video. If you did, you know what to do. Click that like button. Any questions, comments, concerns, down below they go. And until next time, people, peace the frig out. Sit, stupid, sit. Good dog.